Hi everyone, welcome to this tutorial, and in this video I will be showing you how you can recreate this packaging template for an ointment cream. So it's really easy to do, and let's see how that's done. So the first thing that we have to do is to open a new document. So for this video, I will be using the size document, which is 1080 in width and 1920 in height. The dimensions remains to be in pixels, and I will rename this document to be Ointment Packaging 2 because this is another version of the same packaging that I'm gonna create. And I'll be using this as my reference. So what I'm going to do now first is that I'm going to make the basic template first, and then going to go ahead and add the other elements to the packaging, such as this rose image, the text, and also the logo as well. Right. So the first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to make sure that my Smart Guides options has been activated. So in order to do that, I'll be going to view and making sure that my Smart Guides has been switched on. The Smart Guides will be helping me a lot to create my packaging. I'll also rename the layer. So I'll double click on this and rename layer 1 to be template. Okay. So now what I'm going to do first is that I'll be creating these two side packaging first. So I let the fill and the stroke be the way it is. The only difference that I'm going to do is that I'll increase the stroke weight to 3 points so that you're able to see where all the lines that will appear, these are the areas where it has to be folded. Right. So I'll be using this rectangle tool right here, and I'll just go ahead. I'll go ahead and make a rectangle like this. I'll select this and I'll make another copy on the other side as well. So in order to do that, I'll be clicking on Alt, select this, and just bring it here to the side of my document like that. Now that we've got our two side ones, I'm going to go ahead and make another document of, this is the back side of our packaging, which is the same size as the front side as well. So I'll zoom out a little by clicking on Ctrl and minus key on my keyboard. So I'll select the rectangle tool again, and I'll make another rectangle about this size. And with the help of the selection tool, I'll just drag my rectangle over here. So once that's made, I'll make another rectangle here on the side, which is for the side flap. So I'll just select this, click on Alt, and make another copy right about here. So now that we've got the side folds and the front and the back of our packaging, the only thing that is left is to add the top and the bottom flaps as well. So to do that, I'll be using the rectangle tool again, and I'll go okay, I've accidentally did Ctrl plus Z this. So I'll just bring this back again like that. Okay. Now using the rectangle tool, I'll make one rectangle like that. I'll use the Alt again to make a copy on top like that. I'm going to go ahead, select this, use a direct selection tool to select these two top anchor points by holding on to Shift. I'll go ahead and also round the edges like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'll select this, click on Alt to make a copy, and bring the top flap onto the other side as well. And now I'll select these two. I'm going to make another mirror image of these two flaps on the bottom as well. So to do that, right click on this, go to transform and reflect. I'll be choosing this horizontal one, which means it's going to be from top to bottom, and click on copy. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag these two down over here like that. So once that's done, now I can just go ahead and also make the smaller flaps over here. So I'll be using the rectangle tool again, and I'll go ahead and make a square like this. I'll zoom in like this. Okay. Now I'll use the direct selection tool and get hold of this one anchor point. So I'm going to bring the edges a little closer so that the top portion becomes a little narrow. So I'll click on Shift and the arrow key to move it inwards thrice. Now the same thing on the other side as well. Move it inside 3 times like this. I'll zoom out. So I'll select this again, click on Alt and make another copy right here. Okay, so I'll select these two again and make these two and make another mirror copy on the bottom one as well. So in order to do that, we'll be repeating the same process again. So right click, transform, reflect and copy. And I'll just bring them down like that. So once that's done, the only thing that's left to do is that I'll be making this anchor point and this anchor point a little narrow inwards like this. So I'll select this anchor point, click on the Shift and the down arrow key to move it inwards thrice. Same thing on the other side as well. And I can just go ahead and also make this a little bit more thicker like that. Once that's made, I can just go ahead and change the color of these flaps for now. And I'll change the fill to be slightly darker shade of gray, like sort of like an off-white. And I'll go ahead and also lock my layer of my template, so that in case if I want to make any, when I'll go ahead and make the logos, I'll go ahead and add the text as well. I do not accidentally move any portion of my template around and it stays in place. Right, so I'll go ahead and make a new layer and I'll rename layer 2 that. I'll rename layer 2 to be graphics and I'll rename layer 3 to be text. So I will activate my second layer and I'll go ahead and first thing I'm gonna do is to make this logo. So it's really simple to do that again. So I'll show you how that's done. So I'll be using the ellipse tool for now. And I do not require the fill, I just need the stroke. So I'll just click on my document, and the first circle I'm going to give the dimension is going to be 400 pixels by 400 pixels, and click on OK. I'll zoom on to this. Okay. I'll select the ellipse tool again, come over here to this middle, and the second circle, the dimension is going to be 300 pixels, 300 pixels by 300 pixels. The third circle, the dimensions are going to be 200 pixels by 200 pixels. Like this. And the fourth and the final circle, the dimensions are going to be 100 pixels by 100 pixels. And I'll get this in the middle as well. So once that's done, I'll select this, Control C and Control F to paste in front, and then I'll move this onto the side so that all the parts are intersecting to each other like this. So once that's done, I'll go ahead, select this, change the fill to be red. Wait, oops, I do not require any fill now. I'll choose a shape builder tool and then choose my first fill to be red, and I'll go ahead and make the first combination. First combination is going to be like this. So now the good thing about these kind of intersecting circles is that you can make any kind of these kind of like intersecting shapes and make a kind of a funky design to it. Right. So I'll just this, and for the last one, like that. Once that's done, I'll go ahead and also delete the stroke like that. So there you go, we've made a simple logo like that. So I'll select this and I'll bring it here on top, but my logo seems to be a little too big for the packaging, so I can just go ahead and resize this. Select this and resize this a little bit like this and bring it to the top like that. Okay, so now once that's done, I'll get the same thing over here as well. So I'll make another copy. So to do that, Control C and Control F to paste in front. Wait. Yeah, okay. So it didn't happen. So Control C and Control F, and then just bring the other one to the side like that. Now that's done. Now we can go ahead and add the rose design over here as well. Right, so you can get these type of images easily up on Google if you just type in rose vector. Right, so I've already saved this design. So I'll open up the rose vector image that I had saved. So to do that, I'll be opening up Control plus O, and here is my image. So I'm going to go ahead and crop this first because I do not require this text underneath. So I'll just click on crop image and bring it a little close so that I just get the vector image like that, and I can just go ahead and then just drop it onto my front packaging and resize this like that. Okay, and go ahead, close that, select this, click on Alt and make another copy right over here. Now that we have got this, I can go ahead and also just lock my graphic layer for now, and I'll go ahead and also add the text as well. So in order to do that, I'll be activating my text layer, clicking on text, and I'll make the first text box over here. I'll delete the dummy text and add the text to be rose balm. I'll change the fill to be purple and change the font size to 12. Wait, it's not happening. Yeah, make sure that the text box is selected and then go ahead and change the font style, font size I mean, and also change the fill to like that, and change the, and if you want you can also change the font style. So I'll be using Gabriola, which is a little calligraphic types. So I'm going to go ahead and also expand the text so that I can make, so that it becomes into a vector image, and I can go ahead and also resize this even further like that. Okay. This, and I'll bring it here to the middle like that. And I can go ahead and also add some text at the back as well. So these will have like usually the back side of a packaging has various information such as the manufacturing details. I type them out as well. So it will have the manufacturing details, the expiry date. So let's add any date such as 30th April 2020. Wait. Yeah, expiry date 2020. Expiry date, and yeah, the batch number. You can add any batch number as you like 619. And I'll also add a small note, like an important note, which says keep away from direct sunlight and contact doctor for any allergic reaction. Okay, so once that's done, I'll also go ahead and make all the text to be centrally aligned, and we're almost done. I'll just bring this a little in the middle as well, like that. So now the only thing that I'm going to add now is the net weight of the balm, which is going to be approximately 10 grams. Okay, and I'll add a small logo over here which says that once this package can be thrown in the dustbin as well. So I'll open that logo or an icon like that. I'll select this and then just drag it onto my layer as well, scale it down and just add it here to the side as well. So there you go. We've made our rose balm ointment cream. So now we can just go ahead and save our document. So in order to do that, I'll be going to File and clicking on Save As. So by default, my file name is going to be the same as my document name, which was Ointment Packaging Part 2. And my save as type is going to be Adobe Illustrator. I highly recommend that we save a file in this format so that in case if I want to go ahead and make any further changes, I can easily do that by accessing my AI file. And we click on save and OK. So there you go. We've now successfully saved our file in an AI format. So now that we've come to the end of our video, I hope you found this video to be useful, and with a little practice you can also go ahead and make different packaging templates for different products as well. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.